How are you doing, Jay?
Hello, Eddie. Doing fine, and you?
Good. Aquí trabajando poco.
Por fin puedo hablar español.
Sí, no, cuando quiera, si quiere hablar español, mejor para mí. Yo a veces hablo español, pero a veces las palabras no las puedo decir, so cambio para inglés. So, ¿me ayuda usted y yo le ayudo a usted?
Excelentísimo, me parece bien.
Están
¿Qué
en
tal? ¿Cómo
Mérida, ¿no?
estás? ¿Vale?
¿Están en Mérida?
Sí, aquí en Yucatán, en
Ok.
México.
Me
¿Tú de
encanta
dónde
Mérida.
eres?
Nací aquí en Dallas, pero mis padres son de Guerrero, so, del sur hasta el bajo, como 4 horas de Acapulco.
Ah, ya, sí, del otro lado.
Es como 1 hora y media, pero no puedes cruzar por el cerro, o tiene que ir alrededor. Sí.
Yo soy del norte, yo soy de Tamaulipas. Vivo en Mérida,
Ajá.
pero
So, ¿por
lue-
Matamoros?
ándale, sí, se llama Tampico, la ciudad donde soy.
Ok.
Y Estados Unidos, pues iba cada rato, está a 3 horas de Tampico.
Sí, ok. Yo cuando voy para Matamoros, me voy a Brownsville y luego nomás cruzo a la frontera y ahí estoy en Matamoros por unos días.
Ah, ya. Sí, yo he ido a Brownsville y a McAllen nada más.
¿McAllen? Ok.
¿Está lejos la oficina de allá?
Sí, está un poco lejos en carro, pero en avión no. En avión como 3 horas, ahí estamos, 2, 3 horas. Estamos en Dallas, no sé si ha escuchado de Dallas, de los Cowboys, cosas así.
Sí lo conozco, pero no he ido. No he tenido el gusto.
Ok. Yo voy para México, para Guadalajara, Querétaro, Tijuana, Ensenada, Mexicali. Voy para visitar mis clientes allí también, en Monterrey, a diferentes
Ah,
lados de
sí.
Estados Unidos, de México.
Sí, decía Shilia que tenemos un cliente en Torreón, ¿no? De hecho.
Sí, Cone.
Ajá. Está
Cone.
platicando ese otro día.
¿Con quién? ¿Con Sheila?
Ujú.
Por
Shilia y LJ.
LJ, sí. LJ es la Customer Service Rep de Cone. Pero
Ah, ya.
también trabajamos aquí con ellos, están en McKinney, como unos 25 minutos de la compañía de nosotros. Sí.
Súper bien. ¿Y
¿Y
tú
cómo
estás en
encontró ese
ventas?
trabajo?
Pues somos ¿cómo se llama esto? Subcontratados, por así decirlo.
Ajá, sí.
Sí, somos de una agencia y pues nos mandaron a este cliente.
Ok.
O sea, me tuve la entrevista con Ashton y pues ya.
Sí, Ashton es la patrona de nosotros, del sales team. Es una buena persona, como digo, esta compañía es de familia. Estamos en negocio ya por casi, va a ser 55 años el año que viene.
Sí, lo que veo ya está muy, muy estructurado. Me encanta eso.
Sí,
Nunca había visto una empresa tan estructurada en mi vida, ¿eh?
sí. Ok. Aquí
Muy
está
bonito.
Daniel. No hable de Daniel.
No, llegó tarde Daniel a la junta. Ah, no,
No,
todavía no.
y la primera junta que tenemos y está tarde, pero está mute. Si no podemos escucharlo, Daniel, es que tiene su micrófono en mute. Ah, ok, no,
Dice,
pero yo ya estoy aquí por 12 años aquí en la compañía.
ah,
Sí, va a ser, sí, a 12 años.
12. Ala.
Empecé de Customer Service como de LJ y ahora soy en ventas. Por eso
Ah,
voy
empezaste igual
para...
que nosotros, casi, ¿no?
Sí,
En dos.
estaba... Ya se fue Daniel, se enojó. Se enojó. Adam, can you turn on your camera? Thank you, sir.
Hey, Jair.
Hello.
Jay, please don't insult him like that, all right, Adam? Let that be the last.
No,
What? I didn't.
it was pretty good.
Jair.
You said it
That's his
very good.
name.
Pues yo me llamo Eduardo, pero aquí me cambiaron el nombre porque casi no podía decir el nombre Eduardo. Me cambiaron el nombre a Eri. Yo creo que también pasó con usted. Le dije, pues, ya cuando voy a diferentes lugares, ¿cómo te llamas? Le digo, pues me llamo Eri. Y dicen, oh, no, pero tu nombre de verdad, cuando voy para México, digo, pues ese es Eduardo, pero usted me puede decir Eduardo, Eri, Lalo, lo que quiera.
Lo
Sí.
siento, Eddie. Piense su jefe.
¿Ah?
You think you're the boss.
No, yo no soy el jefe. Soy el jefe de él, pero no de nadie más. De ese güero sí.
No, Eddie is the boss.
Sorry, I don't
Nice.
know what was wrong with my microphone.
Hey, Daniel, how
Hey,
you
Daniel.
doing?
Hello?
Austin, can you turn on your camera so we can introduce you?
Yeah, one moment.
I do not have a
Stretches.
camera, but let me go in Adam's office so you can see me. Hang on.
You don't have a camera? You're that ugly?
Yeah.
Can you see the resemblance?
Son, brother-in-law.
I do have a camera, but I have to reset it up for some reason.
Ah, nice. Yes, I remembered you from the meeting in the morning, I think.
yeah, we sit together at the morning meetings too. Yeah,
Hi.
I can't get rid of them.
I followed him here.
Hey, that's enough laughing at him, right? Let's get down to business, okay?
Hey, sorry, gosh. Yes, sir.
Hey, Daniel, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Hey, Daniel.
Sorry, I had some problems with my microphone earlier.
LJ might be a little bit late because she's coming back from lunch, so
Okay.
let's give her more minutes. But I'll introduce myself real quick. My name's Eddie. I'm, like I was telling Jay, I've been at MSI for 12 years. I started as customer service, and now I'm a sales rep. So it's a great company, family owned and operated, and I think y'all will really enjoy it here. And I'm not saying that because Austin and Adam are on the call because they're family friends, but because I've been here for 12 years. It was only supposed to be like a year job for me, and look where I'm at now. I have the biggest office in the country. I'm kidding.
No, what Eddie said is very true. We have, and I'm the newest member of the team, I think.
Okay.
Out of all, I think I'm still the newest. I'm definitely the newest sales. I can't remember if I'm the newest in CS. But we have a lot of people here that have been here for 30, some who have been here for 40 years. The Van Beaver family is very loyal to their employees. If you work hard, which I'm sure y'all are already well accustomed to, they treat us very well. And Eddie and is Rochelle going to be on the call?
I don't know because she's traveling.
She's
with
traveling.
Another sales rep. Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say that because Eddie and Rochelle came from from customer service, they're a great resource. So, like, if you have a sales question, typically they can give you a response that is through the lens of your workflow of what y'all are having to do in CS as well. And so they're pretty much my go-to. If I have any type of procedural question, sales question, because they've done your position as well, so they know ENT very well. They know how to process orders. They know who the proper person to contact is. So both of them are great resources.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Austin, do you want me to introduce yourself, or do you want to go?
Yeah, my name's Austin. Kind of like Eddie, I feel like I've been here for 25 years. My mom actually used to work here, and that's how I kind of got suckered into this. I actually used to work in the warehouse as a little kid, and I used to see Eddie in customer service. So he saw me grow up, and then, working in the warehouse, doing all the grunt work, and I told myself I'd never be working at marketing systems again after that. And I went into medical sales, and then they poached me back into it. So now you're working with a great company. The Van Beavers are great. I've known them for a long time. Like Adam said, they treat everybody well, just like family. And I'm sure they'll extend that to you too as well. But I think you're really going to enjoy it. And kind of piggyback off Adam, you can ask me and Adam any questions you may have. But Rochelle and Eddie are really good with the procedural stuff, especially on the customer service side. And then always you can go to LJ, who will be on the call in a little bit. She's a rock star, and she'll be good with training and stuff like that. But we're excited to have you, and we'll be working a lot together, and yeah, we're excited. We need you.
Thanks. I'm also very excited to be joining you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me give LJ a call real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about my dog. Another dog just pass in front of my house running.
If
No,
you didn't
it's
say
fine.
anything, we would have known. We would have known. Now we know you have a dog.
The-
Okay.
Really?
That
You
was-
didn't hear that?
No, and I got
No,
ears,
no.
so
Our
That's a good catch.
speakers in our office aren't that loud. Yeah, we would, unless we had our headphones in, we wouldn't hear it. Yeah.
okay. Bye.
I've been at home and taking calls, and my baby is crying, my dog is barking. Yeah, it's part of the business.
She just got off another meeting. She's coming on to this one.
Okay.
Eddie, I was going to ask, Jair and Daniel, are y'all focusing mainly on the house accounts that we have, that just trying to get them re-engaged? Is that kind of the focus?
I'll let LJ answer that. Hey, LJ,
Okay.
thanks for finally showing up.
Hush, I just got out of the estimating meeting, so be quiet. So what question am I going to answer?
Are they going to focus more on the house accounts, or what's the role they're going to be playing here?
Yes, it'd be more on the house accounts. They're the smaller ones that we have,
Okay.
that usually will place orders, usually maybe at the most 4 times a year. So, but those are the smaller ones.
Okay.
And if you do happen to start getting more increased activity from them, that's when they'll assign them to either Eddie or Adam or Austin or Rochelle. But Ashton would normally do that and assign it to a sales rep, so that way they can contact the customer to get more information about new projects or anything like that. So,
Okay.
Okay.
And LJ, let me ask you this: what agenda do you have during this meeting right now?
for you, it is basically you're going to do your sales presentation.
Okay.
So like you would do for a customer, this is how you would just do the same thing for them. So
Oh,
that
right
way
now?
they can, yes.
Okay.
Mhm. So basically, so it's just an overview of how, what you do and how you gain your information from the customer to give to us, to CS, for us to do the quotes and everything like that. So,
So what do you mean about the customer
So-
and all that?
so basically, like you're going to show them how you go to the customer, do your presentation, and then once you do your presentation, if the customer provides you any information regarding a new project for parts, anything like that, what you're supposed to do to make sure that customer service has the right stuff to create the quotes and get it back to the customer.
Okay, so they're going to be doing like sales presentation also?
No, I want them to see how you do your sales
Okay.
presentation.
Okay, perfect. Let me share my screen real quick then. Sorry.
Because this is what they do. So basically what Eddie's going to do is show you what sales goes and does at the customers in order for us to get more sales. Once they get more introduced and everything like that, no, I don't have any, thank you. Customer will give them more information like drawings, sometimes samples, and then what they'll bring those back to us. And that's how we create quotes and get everything set up for them to send to estimating. And then estimating will send the quotes out, and then we get the POs back to customer service to enter into the system. So,
And just to add to that, LJ, kind of, so from sales, what we try to do is if it's a new brand new customer, if they have sent us they may have sent us a web lead, and they may have everything lined up. They may say, we want this part, here's our drawings, we want these quantities quoted. And then, that's pretty easy, because then we can just push that to estimating and get that going. So then we might set up a call to show them our full capabilities, like what Eddie's going to discuss here. But basically what we're focusing on with new customers is trying to get them quoted as soon as possible and get them educated on what all we offer. So we're just trying to get them basically initiated into our company as quickly as possible. So that's kind of the goal.
Yeah.
Good.
And honestly, how I would take it, like for Jay and Daniel, if I was in their shoes, what would be really helpful for me is to look in ENT, to look at similar parts that we have ran. Because they're going to have access to ENT, right, LJ?
They already do.
Yeah, we already do.
Okay, so maybe like, for example, if you're going to be calling customers trying to get a setup for meetings, trying to get momentum going, right?
No, that's not what they'll be doing. They'll be waiting for customers that we currently have to send them orders and everything like that.
Okay. Okay. Well, then we'll discuss that here in a bit. But what can I start presenting?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So hi, Jay and Daniel. Usually I like to tell them who I am. My name's Eddie. I'll go in there. I'll have. I don't know if y'all have our book.
I haven't received it yet, but it's
Not yet.
delivery. Yeah.
Oh, they're sending them.
Yes, we
Yeah.
shipped them some.
Okay. Usually what I like to do if I'm meeting you in person, I like to use our book to do the presentation because I feel like it's more interactive. But if I'm doing online, kind of like what I'm doing now, like to tell them a little bit about myself, about the company, we've been in business for 55 years. I also like to ask a question just so we can be interactive. Like Jay or Daniel, what do y'all know about marketing systems so far?
I know that. Daniel first. Sorry.
Okay. Well, that you do printing, die cut, and laser cut, I think.
Okay. What about you, Jay?
We also make gaskets on the other branch. So we have 2 branches.
Correct. And I love that you bring that up because we have 2 companies here. We have MSI, which is the printing side, and we have Marking Systems Die Cut, MSD, on the die cut side. That's just cutting blank material. So what I'll go over here right now is, a little bit history about Marking Systems. Like I mentioned before, we've been in business for almost 55 years next year. We are family owned and operated. One thing that we do take pride in is our certifications, UL, CSA, REACH, ROHAS, and you can see them down here on our screen, right? And I always like to ask our customers, do you use any UL labels? Do you use any CSA labels? Are these certifications, do they mean anything to you? Especially if you state that you're ISO certified. I think we're working on our new ISO certification, OJ, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
2014 environmental system.
And I know that, but I just want to keep it interactive. So I'm asking them questions.
Oh,
things like that.
yeah.
Yeah. So I want to present to them like also they're my customer, so they're going brand new, like they don't know what we're doing. So again, here's some of our certifications, and here's some of our customers. We focus on OEMs. You might hear us talking about OEMs. That stands for original equipment manufacturers. Okay, so the end user. So I'm selling directly to Panasonic. But I also work with a lot of CMs, and you'll hear a lot of say, is that a CM for Abbott? Is that a CM for ABB? That stands for contract manufacturer. So someone that they contracted to do their parts. Okay. So just keep in mind OEMs, CMs, if you ever hear me or some of the team say something like that you don't understand, ask questions. One of the things that I like to have is, especially new hires, is ask questions because I still have questions. So if you're not asking any questions, I'll have some concern like, hey, he must be really good at what we do now because he has no questions. But again, even Adam, he's probably, like he mentioned, the newest one to the team. He's always asking questions, and I love that because he's better. It's better to be safe than sorry. LJ still asks me questions, and she's been here for how long, LJ?
Almost 6 years.
6 years. She might think she knows everything, but she doesn't. Okay. And one thing about me, I like to joke a lot. I have a great relationship with LJ, Adam, and Austin. So if you hear me saying, hey, don't do this, don't do that, I'm playing around. They can do whatever they want. I'm not the boss. All right. So let me ask you this, Daniel. What does CM stand for?
Contract manufacturer.
Oh, you took notes, boy. I'll tell you. All right. Jay, what does OEM stand for?
I didn't got what.
Oh, my God. Tell him, Daniel. Tell him.
I already operated and manufacturer. I missed
You got
that
half
a
of
bit.
it right, so you get half a point, right? Half a star. It stands for original equipment manufacturer.
Original equipment. Okay.
Yeah. Let me see. So again, some of our, history, we've been in business for almost 55 years, started in 1971. You know, we started with Fleet Graphics, and like in the early 1990s, Matt and Greg took over. So I'm sure you met Matt. I don't know if you met Greg. They're brothers. They're the runs that run the Matt runs the front office and Greg runs production. Again, but we also have Ashton, who's our sales manager. We have Zach Van Bieber, who's our estimating manager, and he's our operations manager as well, right? Or is that Peyton?
Zach is the
Zach-
general
Zach
manager,
is the general manager.
Okay. What is Peyton?
the operations manager.
Operations manager. But if you come to marketing systems, or when y'all come to marketing systems, are y'all planning to come visit us?
I haven't
I'm
thought about
open
that.
to, but let's see what the future brings.
Okay, and if not, I can go down there because again, like I mentioned, Merida's a very beautiful place. So actually,
Yeah.
my straight eye is looking to buy a house down there. So hopefully, if he buys a house down there, I get to meet you in person. Um, but and like I said, you'll see a lot of OEMs here like that. So a lot of things. And once y'all receive our books, if y'all want to go over it again, because it's good seeing it online, but I would like to have y'all's input whenever y'all open our books. If y'all have more questions on a specific topic, I would love to go over it. Adam can go over it. You have a whole team here working for you. So you just don't have LJ, you have myself, you have the whole CS teams, you have the whole sales teams, and you also have Razvan Daku, who's our R&D director. Have y'all had a chance to meet him?
Only on the meeting, but
Okay.
not yet on a one-to-one meeting.
Yeah, he's a good resource to have. He can go into more detail of how he produced the project or what was the issue. So if y'all ever do have questions, or I might even try to set up a meeting probably for Friday, just so y'all can get introduced to him. Because whenever he's working on a project and that whenever he's on the call, because he'll also join me or the rest of the sales teams on a lot of our calls. And also customer service, they'll include him a lot on a lot of the calls because he likes to make sure that he has pretty much he's involved in every project that we're working at Marketing Systems. And he's been here for 30 years. He started as a shipping, I guess in shipping, and worked in every department, and now he's our R&D director. And that just goes to show you, you know, Marketing Systems really great about promoting within, especially if you're a great worker. Again, LJ, she took my place. I used to be LJ, so LJ has majority of my accounts. So I work really close with her. All right. Let me see. Adam, since you're just there quiet, do you want to go over our products?
Yeah, that's fine. And one thing I was going to add on the company history slide, I always like to say about Greg and Matt, and obviously Ashton and Zach and Peyton, but Greg and Matt are very involved in the day-to-day. So it's very rare that a company our size ownership is directly involved in planning, production, R&D. They have their hands in everything. And so I like to point that out that Eddie is good about this. He'll give Matt's card or Ashton's card to his customers. They can contact them and they will get a response. And so that to me is big because, you know, we're a medium-sized company, but customers have direct access to our owners, and our owners are putting hands on their products.
Yes,
Okay.
and also you'll hear Matt on the meetings. I'm sure y'all been on the 8:30 meetings.
Yeah.
Matt always on there. If someone gives an answer that it doesn't sit right with him, he'll make it a big deal because again, since we're family owned and operated, he likes to be treated like how we would want to be treated. So if it's not fair for a customer, you know, he'll be like, no, we need to do this, we need to do that. And I think Matt does really care about his customers, which makes the sales team and customer service care about their customers too. Okay. Now go to products.
MSI products. Okay. So this slide, it walks you through the core product categories that we offer at MSI. And Daniel, you mentioned that, Jair, you mentioned that we're a group of two companies. So MSI, just think anything custom printing. So this slide gives a quick visual overview of the 8 main product types we specialize in. So the first one, keypads. These are custom design input solutions, and so we offer these. Sometimes you'll hear them named or called membrane switches, and they're often used in industrial applications, medical equipment. These products are really important where durability is a primary factor, and as well as precision. And so these solutions, they're probably the most complex technically that we offer. But the thing I like to ask customers is just simply, do you have anything with a button on it? Because anything that can be pressed, we can pretty much take care of. Overlays, these serve both functional and branding purposes. And so they provide a user interface layer that's durable, and also visually aligned with the product. So sometimes customers want their logo on it, or they may want gradient colors. They want it to really pop. Sometimes overlays have other things like windows or screens that have to be considered, and so we offer those.
Hey,
we
Adam,
also. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay. I was going to ask. So whenever he mentioned keypads, it's kind of like whenever you go to the gym and you push a button to either speed it up or, slow down. It has an electric component on the back of it, which we call our circuitry. So it's connected to something. So that keypad it's a function for you to activate something, either stop it, slow it down, or move forward. Yes.
Yeah, and that particular family of products is it's a large umbrella. Go ahead. Sorry.
Jay, I see that you raised your hand.
Yes. My question was more about overlays. I don't visualize them. Like, what are they physically?
I've got one, Eddie. I can show.
Like, for example, it's going on a plastic bezel. The inside you can see has like cutouts, so it's going over a recessed area. So the area is already established, so they just have to go something. So it might have holes.
Like that.
Okay.
Do you have one, Eddie?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yours is actually probably a little bit more better.
I like this one because of the cutouts. So the buttons would come in, and then down here is an example of a keypad.
And again, I wish y'all had the books because it'll be better for y'all to touch. But again, we can always get on another call to discuss. Again, this is going on like on the metal sector. So it's going over a plastic bezel, and the buttons are going to come up. So this is not considered a keypad. This is considered an overlay because it's going over something, and the buttons are going to stick out. The keypad already have the buttons, and it's actual part of the label.
I get it.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Okay. Yeah, I visualize it now. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
Okay. So nameplates are high quality nameplates that are made to last. All of our products are meant to last the life of the product. But nameplates are, if you were to imagine let's say, we don't like to use this term sticker, but there are some products that you might buy off the shelf that have the logo sticker on it. A nameplate is a step above. So it's more durable, it's higher quality, it gives a more premium look, and they're built to last. So these could be used for branding. Sometimes compliance demands a nameplate, or just simple product identification. We also offer dead front overlays. So these are designed to remain hidden until they're backlit. And they often offer a sleek or modern interface option for control panels. So you'll see a lot of these in aviation. If you've ever been on an airplane, there's almost certainly a dead front overlay right above you for the seatbelt sign that lights up. And so we produce products like that have an LED light source behind it that have to remain hidden, and then when they light up, then the light shines through the ink. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and just like Adam said, it gives perfect examples. When you're on the airplane, you don't see the seatbelt sign until they turn on the light, and then you'll see the actual buckle your seatbelt. That's a dead front. Sorry, Adam, I just like to give examples.
No.
You're doing a great job, by the way.
No, I appreciate that. Thick lenses. So Jair, you mentioned that we both die cut and laser cut. These are a good example of our laser cutting capabilities. So thick lenses provide enhanced durability and optical clarity. So what they're designed for rugged environments or any application where you need high visibility. So in the same way that an overlay sits on top of a keypad, a thick lens typically sits on top of an LCD screen or anything where you basically need some indicator of what you're looking at with a screen cutout. And so we can laser cut those. We can also provide injection molded lenses. It really just depends on the customer's design. But I think we have the best way to visualize it is look at an example. And I think we have one in the book.
LJ,
Yeah.
do you have the thick lenses?
Yeah, I've got them right here. So this is a laser cut one. So this one right here is laser cut, and I know it's laser cut because the edge is not finished.
Okay.
And so what it sits on, so there's a screen that goes behind this. But what it does is, just like with an overlay, it tells customers what they're looking at. Sometimes there might be an LED light behind it that lights up to let you know the product is on. But we offer those applications. And then I like to call this our bread and butter. It's our information labels or warning and caution labels is typically how we refer to them. So these are safety, instructional, compliance labels. They're completely customizable. So it really just depends on whatever regulatory or operational needs the customer has. If it's any kind of warning label, we want it, we can do it in high volume, completely customizable. We can color match if they need certain color standards. We do hundreds of thousands of these every week. And so that's why I say it's our bread and butter. The other thing I like to I don't mention this to customers, but it's kind of good knowledge for sales to have. This is typically one of the easiest things to produce, and everybody uses warning and caution labels. Just about every OEM is going to have some type of warning label, so it's kind of an easy foot in the door to get a project going, and then look for other opportunities. UL and CSA. The UL stands for Underwriters Laboratory, and then CSA is Canadian. I should know this. Canadian Standard Authority. Yeah, and these are for-profit organizations that monitor compliance for manufacturing. And so sometimes customers will have products that are under the UL or CSA umbrella, and they must produce those products with materials that are UL or CSA recognized. This is a very kind of complex system. So what I would say is, anytime customer service or sales, we run into these parts of these projects, we immediately get our management team involved. We bring it to our daily meeting, and we get lots of eyes on these parts to make sure we're quoting the right materials. But any type of material you have that falls or requires UL or CSA designated compliant labels, then we can ensure that product meets those industry standards. Okay. And so these could be warning labels, they could be placards, they could be nameplates, really anything labeling could fall under UL or CSA.
Will you repeat the UL, complete name of the UL?
Yes, it's Underwriters Laboratory is what that stands for. Yeah.
And you know what? I love that y'all are taking notes, but also on the back of your, whenever you do receive the book, it's going to have a brief description, like, for example, the caution and warning you know, the ANSI standard on the back of on the back of your book. It's going to have the UL. It's going to tell you, you know, what it stands for. It's going to tell you which certifications we know we carry, or which certifications you might need for your labels, because there's different. You might say UL. UL is just, you know, it's not that broad, but we really have to narrow down which UL certification you're going to need. And trust me, you know, I know it feels like Adam is going through a lot, but this is just our short presentation, because there's a lot of other things that we're going to be able to offer you that we're not going through. So just because you don't see it on the slide doesn't mean we don't do it. I want you to go and feel confident that every printing capability, every printing opportunity we can do. Okay, so if it has to do with printing, say yes, Marketing Systems can do it, and then we'll figure it out here. Trust me, that's how we've been able to find new projects and expand our portfolio of what we've been able to offer our customers. Go ahead, Adam.
So
Hold on
the
a minute.
go ahead.
Oh, so Jay and Daniel, the document that I sent you with all the vocabulary is in there, so you'll see all of what they're talking about. You can refer to that as well.
Awesome, thank you.
So the last product category is called polydomes. You may see these, or you may hear these parts referred to as domed labels or bubble labels. So these are tactile domes, and they both enhance user feedback when you touch them. They offer a premium look. They're more durable outside. And they are often used in membrane switch assemblies as well. But what they are is we take a traditional nameplate, and then we, after we print the nameplate, we take them to our clean room where we have doming or resin dispensers that dispense a precise amount of 10-year automotive grade resin on the label. And so you can see here a couple of samples. But there's a 3D, I know it's kind of hard to see, but there's a thin layer of resin on it. So it gives a three-dimensional look. We can add embossing to the nameplate to give it a kind of a even more depth to it. But it's a more durable, more premium looking label, and it's also used in keypad membrane switch applications as well. So of those 8 categories, like Eddie mentioned, we're a custom company. So even if it's not here, we can do it. We can figure it out, because there are some projects that we have running that we didn't know we could do until we tried. But all of these solutions are backed by engineering expertise. We've got Razvan on the staff. We have interface engineering experts on staff for membrane switches. And of course, they're backed by our commitment to quality. So we have very strict quality standards here, and you know, just about any product in these 8 categories we can tailor to fit to a customer's specifications.
Okay, and again, that's just on the printing side. We still have the die cut side.
Yeah.
So again, we do a lot of things here for a lot of different customers. So maybe one day we're just doing stuff for labels, and then they consider us for die cuts. We use the same machinery to cut lasers, Preco, the Zoom, which is a digital cutter. Again, hopefully in the future, later on, y'all are able to visit our facility, just because you're going to see how things are made. And everything is produced here in Garland and in Texas. So whenever y'all do come, y'all have a 2 or 3 hour tour to tour our facility. But again, y'all don't have to wait for that. If y'all have questions right away, give us a call. All right. If I don't hear from Jay or Daniel at least once a week, I'm gonna be concerned. So I'll ask Adam, hey, did they reach out to you? And if he tells me yes, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Then they're good to go, because they're asking questions. And again, just for the MSI side, there's things that we didn't go over, like transparent inks, you know, thermal die cut, which makes it look like it's painted on the surface. A lot of other things that we didn't go over, but again, that we can do here in house. Let me see. Adam, LJ, do you have anything before we move forward?
No, I do not.
Okay, perfect. You're just going to be quiet and pretty. I love it. So another thing that we do here is die cuts, gaskets, insulators, EMI RFI shielding. Mostly, I consider gaskets and sealing the same as a insulator. It just depends how we're gonna be producing it. Some insulators, we're not able to laser cut them because it charged the edges and it doesn't act like an insulator anymore. Are y'all familiar with gaskets and insulators?
I have no idea. And also I do not know the word die cut. It's just DIE cut.
Yes.
Mhm.
And you know what? When I started here, they used to say, "Hey, get the die charge." And I used to think because we were a printing company, the die charge was the ink.
Yeah.
And then they told me no, the die charge, it's a tool that we use to cut the parts. It's like a cookie cutter. It could come probably on a piece of wood, and it has a steel rule. Like, let me see my.
Uh,
I have a video.
Okay, I'll stop
The
sharing my
rotary-
screen right now.
I have the rotary video up.
Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen and you can share.
Okay. So just like Eddie said, it's basically a cookie cutter is the function of a die. All right, let me see if this will play.
Yeah, and this is going to be a rotary. This is going to be a cylinder die.
And so that right there is a rotary die. So let me go back. So this is just one example of a sorry. Yeah, this is just one example of a type of a die, but this I think they're aluminum. I can't remember, but it wraps around the cylinder. So it presses down into the label stock and creates an impression or a cut. And then the finished part is spit out on the other side. So just like a cookie cutter, literally. There's a couple. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Eddie, is like molde en español?
Sí, como un molde, ajá, que nomás va a cortar. Y nosotros le llamamos cookie cutter, es como cuando hacen galletas que nomás lo imprimen y van a salir las dimensiones del metal. Pero aquí esto va a salir en una tabla y luego, como digo, a lo mejor la tabla va a estar así y vamos a cortar nomás y este nomás va a imprimir y va a salir este cuadro, va a salir el mismo, no, nada va a cambiar. Le llamamos un die charge, el die, le llamamos el tooling, pero nosotros le llamamos el die charge. Cuando mandemos la cotización, va a mirar que va a decir die charge o tooling charge, ¿ok? Pero
Got it.
What he said.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry to change the language. I just want to make sure because I was not getting it.
No, I totally understand.
And trust me, that was a rotary die, but again, we have steel roll dies that go on different presses. We have a lot of Precoats. Again, whenever you see it here or next time, I'll call y'all on WhatsApp and I'll send a video just so you can see material going in line. It's gonna be going in line, and then they're just gonna be and then you'll see the waste can be removed at the same time, or if some people just like to leave the waste on there. Just depends what material it is. Go ahead, Adam.
Oh, with MSD?
Oh, no, sorry. I thought you were done. Okay.
Just a quick
No,
question.
no.
Oh, yeah, Danielle, go
Die
ahead.
cutting used for stickers?
Die cutting, we don't use that, Daniel. Don't, we don't use that word. No, I'm kidding.
Stickers?
No, we call them labels, durable product labels.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
but it's the die is used for labels also and for blank materials. It's used the same equipment. Do you have one, Adam, a video of die cutting the labels?
I don't think so. I just have what's in the new sales presentation.
Yeah,
But I think so. Like you can die cut just about anything or any material, almost any material. There are certain materials that don't react well to a die. But
hey, Adam, I'm gonna stop sharing my video. I'm gonna log into my phone. I'm gonna go walk down there to see if they're die cutting a label or something,
okay,
just so they can get a visual. Okay.
yeah,
So I'll let you share your screen and you can do the MSD while I'm down there. Okay.
okay. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. So let's see. So let me go
It's
back
hard
to the.
because I have to imagine like everything.
No, I had to do the same. I had to do the exact same thing. And before I started working here, I was an English teacher in a high school, so I knew none of this. So I had to walk down. I had to go behind me, go look at the machines, so that I could get an understanding of what was going on. But you can see this material here. That looks like a. It looks like a label stock or label material. But you can die cut label material. Sometimes we die cut foams. We die cut several different things. But if it could be cut with the die, then we can run it through our machines with the adhesive on it. So it can do labels. It can do regular materials. And if you look at, y'all see Eddie's.
Eddie's sharing the screen.
Yeah. So that
But
right
this is
there.
already printed.
Yeah.
So this is already printed. All it's going to is going through the Pico, which I don't know if you can see, but there's a steel roll die in there that just press it down. They cut the label to size. So you can see it's knitting it.
Yeah. So basically, it could be the finished product that we die cut, or it could just be raw material. It's anything, everything in between. And what Eddie said, he mentioned a steel roll die. So the only difference is, so like the one that I showed you there, the rotary die where it's wrapped around a cylinder. A steel roll die is the same thing, but instead of being wrapped around a cylinder, the blades are pushed into a small piece of plywood. And so it makes like there right there. It's a stencil is what it is. So it's just different ways of cutting is all it is. And it's very efficient. It's fast. And this is a clamshell die cutter. So it's the same thing. It's just smaller scale. So it takes see that piece of plywood right there?
Yes.
So the die is pushed into that plywood, and then the label material is pressed up against it, and it cuts it over and over again. So it's just different. It's the same concept, just different machines.
Okay. I think I visualize a lot more now.
Yeah, it's just ways of processing the customer's parts. It makes it cheaper for them. It makes it quicker. It's less expensive to produce. And so the way I think of it is we're kind of like a one-stop shop. So we can design custom parts, we can print custom parts, and we can cut and finish custom parts.
That's pretty big, the warehouse.
Yeah, 50,000 square feet of manufacturing space right behind me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't knew any of this before.
Yeah.
I thought it was a small warehouse, something like that.
No, it's big. Yeah.
Okay.
So kind of going back because it sort of rang a bell. You don't like stickers, like cartoon stickers for kids? You don't do that? Stationery?
No, so we specialize in parts that are both custom and Eddie said durable. What he means by durable is if it's a label that we're putting on a product, it's meant to last as long as that product lasts. Now, let me try to find an example.
Industrial application, definitely.
So yeah, or even consumer. So like do you have any tools at home like a power drill?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go to a hardware store and you buy a power drill, let's say a Craftsman, there's probably a label on the bottom of the drill or the side of the drill. We would produce that label, and we would expect that label to last as long, if not longer, than you have that drill. And most people have drills for 10, 15, 20 years. We expect that label to stay on there and look just as good. And so for that reason, obviously those parts need to be custom engineered. You need to consider the adhesive, the application surface, the label stock. That's going to be a little bit more expensive. What we are not producing are labels that or stickers that you could go to Walmart or to a grocery store and pull off the shelf. Those are going to be cheaper materials. They're not going to be meant to last as long, and they also don't require a custom engineered solution either.
So I might
Okay.
ask y'all, and I might call y'all, after a couple weeks, might call y'all, just pretend like I'm a customer, just to role play, and I'll be like, "Hey Jay, hey Daniel, what do y'all produce, or what's your capability?" And I would like to hear the words, we're able to provide you durable product labels or tight tolerance durable product labels. Also with die cuts, gaskets.
Right.
Again, our products are meant to last the lifetime of your product, just like Adam said.
Oh, and we forgot to mention the tight tolerance aspect of it. So tight, when it comes to labeling, most of our customers are, or most of the contacts we work with at our customers are engineering teams. Their drawings, even for labels, even for warning and caution labels, will almost always specify a certain tolerance. And what that's referring to are dimensions. And so they are requiring that the labels that we produce, the parts that we produce, are a certain tolerance, typically plus or minus 10 thousandths of whatever their specified length and width is. We have to be within that range. That plus or minus 10 1,000ths is a very tight tolerance. There are very few printing companies that can maintain that tolerance. And so that's why that's important, because the parts that we produce almost always require that when you get those engineering drawings, they'll specify, they almost always require that it meets a certain tolerance.
Especially if it's an overlay, because they already have their bezel, their plastic that is going to be over. If we're off, the bezel is not going to fit, the label is not going to fit right. So then we'll have a reject. But we're really good at controlling our tolerance on any material. So that's one thing that y'all can always say. We do tight tolerance, durable product labels. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, if I ever have to get on a call on Teams or even WhatsApp or send y'all some videos, if you can tell me, hey Eddie, can you explain the die cut? I'll take a video. And then we can get on a call, because I feel like you watching it, was it helpful that I went down there?
1000%. I didn't knew what, to be honest, I didn't knew exactly what we were doing
Yeah.
until
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. And trust me, I have some of my customers, they're like, hey, why can't you cut this? And I'm like, well, I'm waiting for the tool. Especially one instance that I'm thinking about is, we're waiting for a rotary die, and they're like, well, what's a rotary die? So I took a picture, or I actually had her on FaceTime. I showed her a steel roll die, a steel roll die, because she was also questioning, why is it 10 times as much? Because a steel roll die could cost like between $300 to $500, and this the rotary die was around $3,000. And I told her, well, this is what you're getting. It's more durable versus what this is. If I was to use this die, a steel roll die, it's going to take me forever to cut your parts. This one is going to be a lot quicker. So I'm waiting for the die. And after me showing her and explained it, she understood it. She's like, oh, okay. Now I can go back to my team and explain to them. So if y'all ever feel like, because, we touched on our products, but we didn't touch on how we're able to produce them. Like, some of our overlays, nameplates, we produce some digitally and we produce some screen printed. So there's different processes. With screen printing, I'm able to achieve 100% of the PMS colors. With digital, I'm not able to achieve 100%, but we're getting a lot closer, especially with our new Indigo. We're able to achieve about 90% of the colors, but it also depends on which certification you're needing. Just because I can print one of your parts on a different press, it might be quicker, but then the material I use is not really certified per your drawing. So I always have to take everything into account. It's not just, yeah, we can produce it, let's produce it on this one because it's a lot quicker, it's going to be more cost effective. No, I have to look at your whole drawing. The last thing I want to do is send you a label and for some reason you get audited or it fails, and then you ask me for documentation and you see that I used a different material. One thing about us is that we are ISO certified and we're never going to deviate from your drawing. So if your drawing calls out a specific material and it has a longer lead time, I'll call you, let you know, hey, the lead time for this material is longer. Are you open to an alternative? And some people were like, yeah, I'm open. I just put that material on because it worked on another part and it worked good. But maybe it's overkill. So that's why you have us to also suggest alternate materials. Okay.
Great.
Adam, sorry if I interrupted you.
No, I was writing down something you said I liked.
What did you say I like? What did you like?
Oh, I liked the explanation of the ISO cert, how we don't deviate from drawings without customer input.
Yeah. Again, here's some of our capabilities of die cuts, EMI, RFI shielding. It's where you don't want two products communicating with each other. I always like to give examples. I don't know, maybe when y'all were younger, y'all had cell phones and y'all were charging it next to the TV. Whenever you were getting a text message, you would hear a do like messing around with your TV, and you're like, oh, I'm about to get a text message. So we don't want that. That's why there's EMI RFI shielding. There you go, Adam. Look at you. It's a hand model right there. But we also do vibration cushioning. And let me ask y'all this, because what were y'all doing before Marking Systems? Jay, do you want to introduce yourself? And I think I should have done that at the beginning.
I started. Sorry, did you say me?
Yeah, Jay, what were you doing for you?
Before here, I was working in a call center in, how do you say, recollections.
Okay.
VIMBY was called.
Okay. What about you, Daniel?
I was working in tech support for a telecommunications company in Canada.
Okay. So that tells me in Canada?
Well, I was working remotely, but
yeah,
it's a Canadian company. Yeah.
Well, then that tells me y'all gonna have a lot of questions because, again, all this information that we're throwing at y'all, it might seem like a lot, but we do a lot, but we cater to a specific, commodity. So engineering buyers. So I was gonna ask, do y'all use VHP? Because usually when I present, I always ask the engineers or buyer, hey, do you buy VHP or do you use VHP? But me telling you that, you probably won't know what it stands for. VHP stands for very high bond. It's a good tool. Again, whenever you receive our books, I think it would be very helpful. LJ, if you're okay with it, maybe getting on another call just so we can show them, the samples that they're going to be touching. Is that okay, LJ?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
And again, LJ's my boss. She'll tell me where to go. She'll tell me what to do. She offers my time. So sometimes I got to check with her. And sometimes I got to remember that, we're equal, Yeah. So again, whenever y'all get those books, I think it would be very helpful for us to get on another call. Adam, if you want to join, that's great. Because I feel like Adam is new, but I feel like Adam is pretty much more technical than I am. Let me see. We have thermal management. I'm sure y'all don't know what that is, but that's pretty much a little gap pad that it's meant to transfer heat from one place to another. Whenever you get our book, if you touch it, you'll feel it kind of cool. Yes, Justin?
These typically go on PCBs. So circuit boards is typically where they go.
Okay. Yeah. So vibration cushioning is, again, it's kind of like a gasket. It just depends where you're putting it and applying it. LJ, do we have a time limit or no?
Yes, at 1 o'clock. So you have about 5 more minutes, but at 2 o'clock, they're going to be jumping on with Sheila, unless you want to come down and join her.
No, it's fine. And again, we can always get on another call. I can make myself available. LJ, if you want to continue presenting, because I do feel like it's important on the different capabilities that we may be able to offer you. Do y'all know when y'all are going to get our books?
So Sheila was just checking on that for me, and for some reason they are caught up in Merdita. So that's Merida. They're caught up there.
That's where they're located.
Okay, so that's where they're caught up, and we're trying to get our shipping team to find out what's causing the holdup.
Okay, did we ship directly to Merida?
So, okay, so Sheila just told me that they should be released. Our shipping team emailed their location to be able to release them. So they should release them and deliver them pretty soon.
Okay, because if not, I'm going to Cozumel in a week and a half or whatever, and then I can just not drop them off, but I'll probably UPS them or whatever y'all have over there. But it's not too far from where y'all gonna be where y'all located at. But before I jump into like the prototype program, I forgot that Adam is sharing his screen. But I'll jump in next time on the next call about our prototype program, our design and development. Right now, it took a little bit longer than usual. Usually, we try to be on the phone and presenting to our customers for 30 minutes. In person, we can do up to an hour, but that's because they have our books. But I don't want to move on to the next topic and then y'all forget about it. Do y'all have any questions of what we currently showed y'all?
Earlier on, I had a question about, it was the first thing, the keypads. I know that you mentioned the circuitry. Is that also something that you do, or is it just the silicone keypad, or I'm not sure what material it is?
The circuitry, you can see here on the tail. Let me see if I actually have one. Like this is the circuitry,
yeah.
the back of the tail. There's more stuff. I don't want to remove this adhesive, but if you see, this one has 4 buttons. In the back, it has different circuitry in each pin. Each
They're still working
button
with them right
has
now.
an
That's different
actuation.
They may be
material.
running
Yeah.
a little over.
Yeah,
But the short answer is yes, we do.
yeah.
Got it.
But sometimes lately I like to be honest with my customers and say, hey, we get our circuitry from China because of the tariff. So I can say, hey, just so we can be competitive, we get our circuitry from China. And I think that would be the best way to go moving forward.
Yeah.
It just depends on each customers. I don't think y'all are going to be dealing with a lot of customers that use keypads, but if so, you can always pass them to me and Adam. We do say we do everything in our house, but again, with all these tariffs going on, I like to tell my customers, yes, we get our circuitry from China.
I just got my attention because it seems like, well, it's quite a wide range of products that the company does.
Yeah.
It's quite impressive.
And we do a lot range, and trust me, right now we just touch on a couple, but there's a book that we have, and maybe next time we'll go over that. It's called our specialty book, that you might not think that we're able to do for you. There's certain, we're able to print directly onto plastics. We're able to do laser etching on airplane trays. Whenever you're on the plane, we're able to do those. So it is a lot that we do, but that's because we have a lot of customers that demand it. Adam, do you think of anything specific that you think we may do, like Carlisle trays?
I can't think of anything. There's a lot like the ones that I think of are wired or cable labels.
Yeah.
Plastic tags, things that you just you see every day, but you don't think about that we do, that aren't necessarily up front in our book. I mean,
and next time we get on a call, I would like to go over some of how we produce them, like screen printing, digital printing, photo anodize, laser etching. So again, right now it was just a brief intro, and I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, since y'all are new, and Daniel, you mentioned it right now. It's a lot that we do, but trust me, the company is really good here with supporting you if any questions that you may have. So you may feel like we do a lot. Yes, we do. But you have a whole team here supporting you. You just don't have LJ or me or Adam. You have a whole team. You can reach out to anybody if you ever need any technical support. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
LJ?
I do appreciate it. Thank you, Eddie.
Yeah. And Jay, do you have any questions?
Not right now. No, not
Remember, I
specific
told you
one.
if you have no questions, kind of concerning me.
Uh,
No,
I have a
no.
lot, but
And then LJ, are we gonna do this weekly or how are we gonna do it?
Y'all, for right now, I have y'all this today, and then I have Ashton and Rochelle tomorrow. And then when they get their books, then we'll go ahead and set up another time for y'all. Mhm.
Okay, can you let Rochelle and Ashton know that we didn't present the prototyping, we just did some of our capabilities. But if they want to start with prototyping, that'd be great, or if not, I'll
Sure.
let them go on their own.
Yeah, I'll let them know where you stopped at then.
Okay. All right. Well, Jay and Daniel, I'm gonna hand y'all off to Sheila. Sheila is very good at what she does. Her and you can tell her that, you know, I always tell my customers, you might like me, but you're gonna fall in love with either Sheila or LJ because they're your customer service. You know, a sales rep's job is when we're working on a special project, or like if we need to present or do something, or when customer service pulls us in. But Sheila and LJ in the CS teams are your day-to-day placing POs, sending RFQs, day-to-day communication. So you're gonna work with me here and there, but most of the time you're going to work with Sheila and with your customer service rep.
Got it.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, I hope it helped. Again, if y'all ever want me to take a video of something, send me an email or send me a text. I'll send y'all my number so y'all can have. Okay.
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
Adam, anything?
All good.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
I appreciate it.
Bye. Y'all
See you on the
good day.
next. See you on
Goodbye.
the next one.
If I